If you need to make at least $4,000 fast and you don't have an audience, a budget for ads, or a warm network that you can lean on, watch this video. I made $4,069 in just 10 days by selling a $1 product. And that was with no ads, no list, and no outreach. Just a smart system, a strong offer, and a strategic community promotion strategy. By the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how you can do the exact same thing and how others have used this model to generate thousands of dollars of sales in a week, boost revenue by 20%, and launch profitable products quickly. Okay, so we'll kick this off. Here you go, a little bit of proof. This was one of the $1 products that I launched. You can see there's a lot of $1 sales, $48 here, $1.48, and I'll explain how that all works to get you thousands of dollars in sales very quickly as we go through. What you have to understand is that right now there's a huge amount of hype out there in the space of make money online, run your own business, this kind of stuff, about getting clients fast. And two trends right now at the time of recording this dominate. The first is that people are telling you that you can make huge amounts of money by selling $7 PDF files. No one ever talks about the profit from this. It's always revenue, never profit. And generally, when you're selling a $7 product, the margins are pretty terrible. The other is to sell like a $5,000 consulting AI agency service. Thing is, these require a lot of trust to sell. Nobody is going to spend $5,000 with a complete stranger that they've just met today. Picture it this way, right? Let's say that you want to make 10K a month is your goal, okay? Whether that is you want to go from 0 to 10K or you want to add an extra 10K a month in revenue to your business. If you're selling $7 PDFs and that's all that you're selling, you're going to have to sell 1,428 of those $7 PDFs to make 10K per month. That's a huge number of sales. If you're imagining that you get an average 10% conversion rate of people who hit the sales page, you're going to have to manage to drive 14,280 people to that sales page to get that kind of sale. Really difficult. And how much time are you going to have to put in to make those sales? How much money are you going to have to put in? So eventually, how much of that $7 is actually profit? Very little. Now, the other side, if you want to sell a $5,000 AI consulting service offer, you only will need 2 sales to hit that 10K per month. But likely, you'd need to reach out to thousands of people and then nurture the handful who actually opt in to hear more about this service for weeks or months until they're ready to spend 5K with you. Think of it this way. Are you going to trust somebody who drops a cold email into your inbox and says, hey, pay me $5,000 and I can solve this problem for you? Not really. There's not enough trust there. It's going to take time to build that trust and that relationship to the point where they're happy to spend $5,000 with you. And yet everybody out there is saying $7 PDFs are the best way to make money, or just sell a big ticket service and cold email people. They don't work. I've been in this game 12 years. This is very inefficient. Do you know what the funny thing is, though? Is that these two are not individual models. These two should be working together. And what these two will do is when you couple them together in the system I'm about to walk you through, is that you can get that extra 10K a month in no time at all. Essentially, what you need to do is you need to understand that the $7 PDF is a filter for serious buyers. What we've discovered is that people who pay you once are between 12 and 56 times more likely to pay you again than people who haven't paid you through cold outreach, free lead magnets, whatever. So the $7 PDF approach will then have a 5 to 10% conversion rate within the month, usually, to a high ticket one-to-one done for you service. So if you're looking at 10K a month and you have a 5K service, all that you would need to do is get 40 people for your $7 PDF, or in my case, the $1 product. With a 5% conversion rate, that will bring you 2 sales of 5K. Plus you've got the 7 times 40, which would be what, 280. So you can add that on top. This is the most efficient way to grow. Forget all of the BS out there and listen, right? What you actually need is this kind of system that filters for buyers, not just followers, and brings real people into your business at low ticket costs, and then you can upsell them to your high ticket offer. This way gets volume here, builds trust through that product so that you can sell this to them. The real question is, how can you build this system for yourself, implement it in your own business, and start attracting serious buyers right now? Let's walk through it. Okay, so the first thing when you're creating these offers is that you should really be starting at the end. And what I mean by this is a lot of people get stuck here at the low ticket offer stage and they think that is what they should be doing. Like they should be selling a $7 PDF and that's it. That's the profit center of their business. It doesn't work like that. The profit center of your business is the high ticket offer. And if you have the wrong low ticket offer, you're not going to bring people in to pay you again. The basics of business: attract more buyers, get them to pay you. That's here, get them to pay you, get them to pay you again over here. If you can't get them to pay you again, your profits are obliterated. A lot of people start with their low ticket stuff and they'll build this audience and they'll think that the big ticket offer is just going to appear. It doesn't work like that. Start with the high ticket offer. And to create a good high ticket offer, you start by understanding who the ideal customer is. Now, this is not the video to go in detail about how to create these high ticket offers, but I'm going to do a quick version of it. Basic things that you want to run somebody through. These are the general lenses that you want to look at your ideal customers through to identify who is going to be a good target and what is going to be a good offer. So the first thing is who. Let's fill this out as if we were doing it. Let's say YouTubers are going to be our target market because I'm doing a YouTube video here. We want to get more specific with this though, right? We want to look at who, as in who they are, how big they are, if demographics are important, if they're male or female, if you're doing a gender specific offer, if that's important. Digital offers, it's not. Who are they? YouTubers. And let's say that we're going after YouTubers who get 100K views a month. And they are in the, what niche are we in? We're in the business niche, right? Do they have the means? And by means, so they have the money, and do they have the authority to hire you? If they don't have the money, if you're selling a $5,000 product and they don't have $5,000 to spend, you either need to lower the cost of that product or find somebody who can spend 5K. Probably better to do the latter. Authority is the other side of this. Do they have the ability to say, yes, we should pay this person? I see a lot of people pitching products at people who are too junior in businesses to actually be able to say we should pay this person. Complete waste of everybody's time. Make sure that they actually have the authority to make that final decision to then get them to buy from you. What's the big goal? Essentially, we are all in the business of transformation, right? Your customer is here today. They want to be over here. You are that bridge that helps them achieve that big goal. What is that big goal? So if we're going after YouTubers, more views, right? They want to be seen by more people. They want to reach more people, get their brand out there, get people coming in. How many more views? Get as specific as possible with your ideal customers, right? Let's say that we want to get them to 200K views a month, right? We want to basically double this. Or we might say we're going to add 10K views every month is the offer. We're going to help YouTubers who are plateaued at 100K views per month in the business niche get an extra 10,000 views on their videos every single month. What's the problem? What's stopping them from doing this? There will always be a blockage. If there was no blockage, they would have achieved this transformation themselves without your help. So what is the big problem? And for the problem, you need to find something that's painful, costly, and big, right? Nobody wants small problem solved. You don't want to pay to solve a small problem. You don't want to pay to have an unpainful problem solved. You don't want to pay to have some of this cheap solved, right? So big problem. And by costly, it can be the upside of it. Will help you make an extra 10K a month in revenue, whatever. But what's that problem? And what are the limitations for them solving that problem? Is it time? Is it money? Is it ability? And this all goes into the offer. So then what we can do from this is we can say, we help YouTubers who get between 80 and 100K views a month, they're plateaued there, get an extra 10K views every month in only 30 minutes per day. And that means that we're focused on time here. They know that an extra 10K visits per month is going to help them achieve the goal. They want to be this big thing over here, gets more views. The problem is that they don't know how to do this, and we're going to give them a simple system to help achieve that. Much better offer. I'm going to help you get an extra 10,000 views on your videos every single month with this simple system that takes only 30 minutes per day. Okay. Now, the second problem that people make, and the mistake that they make when they're trying to sell high ticket, is that they try and take people from 0 to 1. So if you're trying to get somebody from 0 to 10K views per month, that's really hard. And that means that it's going to be very hard to sell. And it's going to be very hard for you to get results, because if somebody is at 0, to get them up here, that's a lot of work that you've got to do. What you want to do is you want to find somebody who's already over here. They've already done this bit themselves. You are going to sell them the final piece of the puzzle to take them that final 5%. They should have done 95% of the work already. You're just doing that last 5% that's got them stuck. By doing this, you will be able to, one, have much easier sales. I remember when I was selling content marketing services to brands years ago with an agency, and I found it really hard to get new clients to come on board when they didn't have a blog already, because I had to convince them that a blog was worth it. I then had to set the blog up, and then you're going from a cold start. It's much easier to go after big brands that were already investing in the blog and they just didn't have the right strategy in place. I could come in, tweak a few things and help them get 10x the results because they already had the core of it up and running and ready. So you want to do the same thing. With this, we want to go after people who are already getting 100K views per month, not who are at 0. It's really hard to go from 0 to 10K. To add 10% on for that 100K, much easier, okay? Once you then have this high ticket offer that we've outlined here, and we know that we're going after people who have 95% of the way to getting this solved, they're just stuck on that last 5%, we have our high ticket offer, okay? And if you're doing that YouTube example, what we then might have is for that high ticket offer, the things that you're going to do is your thumbnail designs. We're going to have headlines. There's all these different things for YouTube. We're going to have scripting. We're going to have the description of the video. We're going to have editing. All of these things are things that will be within your high ticket offer to help them get that extra 10, 20, 50,000 views every single month. What we want to do, look within this and look for the biggest problem that they face right now, today. What is the thing that they are going to bed at night and thinking, oh, how can I do this? What is the biggest problem? Now with YouTube, if you've spent any time on YouTube, you know that a lot of video success is dictated by thumbnail and headline, okay? Getting people to click on the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to chip off part of this high ticket offer. We're going to take the thumbnails and we're going to create a very low ticket entry level offer. This is the equivalent of those $7 PDFs. And we're going to go, hey, look, here are 10 proven thumbnail designs that you can put on your YouTube channel today, and it will increase the number of clicks that your videos get from the results page or from the discovery page to get you an extra 1,000 views every single month. Somebody who's big on YouTube, if you try to sell them 10 proven thumbnail designs, maybe it's thumbnail designs that are behind 100 million organic clicks. Are they going to buy that for $1? Of course they will. They got to lose. They can try. If it doesn't work, you just change the thumbnail. Really, that's the basic thing that you want to be doing to then get the volume in, because the high ticket offer is where you make the money, but you need a number of people to see it. So to get the volume, you chip off part of that high ticket offer, sell that as an individual thing, and then you have that transformation from the $7 PDF. There is a direct line to the next transformation from your high ticket offer, okay? Basically, that's the way. And with this, you've not given away all of the secret sauce in here, but you are giving real value and you are building the rapport and the relationship and the trust that's needed to then sell them $5,000 offer. Okay. So you might be looking at this thinking, where's all of the money made off this $1 product? What I'll tell you is, when I was doing this and I made the $4,069 in 10 days with no ad spend, nothing like this, I made it from exactly 26 customers. We'll do the math breakdown of that in a second. How do you get that much money from so few people when it's a $1 product? You build this funnel. This is the funnel. We've tested this across multiple niches, multiple offers, multiple business models. This is the best way to build this, like bar none. Essentially, you have to have multiple products, right? So you have the $1 product, which is the solution to that big problem that they have today. Implement this in your business and you'll start to see results faster than you could have ever thought possible, right? Very low effort, very big upside. In our case, we talked about the 10 thumbnail designs up here. We then have a bump offer that's a catalyst. So think about what else could work to get even better results, right? How would it make getting results faster or easier or cheaper than just giving them those 10 thumbnail designs? Maybe in this case, the catalyst is headline formulas that boost the CTR. So then you've got headline and thumbnail to bring more people in, right? That's going to help them go from an extra 1,000 views a month to an extra 2,000 views per month, which is one step closer to the 10, 20, 30,000 views every month that they wanted. Then we have the upsell path. And the upsells are one of two things, right? This would either be another catalyst or a new solution to the next problem. You've got your thumbnails and your headlines sorted out, but there's a new problem now. You've plateaued again. How do you break through the next plateau to make sure that watch time on your videos is longer? Use this script. It's $100. And then what you can basically do is every time you you create a solution to a problem, and you solve that problem, you basically create a new problem. It's just the way of the world. I'm going to help you lose weight. Now the new problem is, how do you maintain that healthy weight? I'm going to help your video get more clicks. More clicks are great, but if the watch time's terrible, I'm going to show you how to increase watch time. Problem, solution, problem, solution. And you can daisy chain these upsells together, one after the other, to continue offering more products for better average order value. So let's look at my real funnel and how that broke down in terms of the sales as well. So I had a $1 product, which was custom GPTs that I created, which helped people plan high performing content for their business, right? So content system GPT. The bump offer was a couple of other custom GPTs that I built that helped them plug other holes in their content system and their content strategy so they could get the end result of more views on their content even faster. The upsell was a course on how to build their own custom GPTs around their content system so that they didn't have to rely on other people. They could just build their own custom GPTs. Then they went into a nurture sequence, which was my one-to-one offer on how I could advise them on implementing better content strategies for their business. Now, we got 26 buyers in total for this. 26 people bought the $1 product, which means $26, right? 16 of those people paid $47 for the bump. So that's another $752. 3 people paid the $97 for $291, which brings us to $1,069 cut. From there, one of the people who went through the nurture hired me for $3,000 of advisory work, which is $4,069. In total, this took 10 days from the day I launched it to the day that I closed that $3,000 deal, which isn't bad. And now, I was flying blind at this point. You could implement this system to easily get 5K plus in 7 days. It wouldn't be that hard with the right offers in place and the right system. Now, you're probably looking at this thinking, oh, that all sounds great, but then how do you actually get people into this? I did it with free promotion, and I'll run you through the basic system that I used. I didn't put a penny into ads. I didn't put any money into sort of affiliate deals, any sort of network marketing or anything. I just did some free promotions that did this, but you have to be smart. A lot of people do free promotions the wrong way and they get themselves banned from very useful communities because they know that they're just spamming them with an offer. Okay. So essentially there are a lot of places that you can do this. You can use school communities, circle groups, Facebook groups, forums. Reddit was a big one for me. Slack, Discord, social media, anywhere where your ideal customers go for assistance and help on solving their primary problems. Okay. So if I'm going after YouTubers, I'm not going to go after generic YouTube groups. I'm going to go after YouTube communities where people are trying to get advice on growing their YouTube following. Okay. What I'll do in there is I will write value posts. And if we take the thumbnail example above as the offer, I will write value posts around that. And it might be something like the 5 thumbnail tests that we did that increase YouTube CTR by 27%. Something like this. People are going to want to read that. The 3 designs that always outperform on mobile. Something like this. Something that's related to the low ticket offer that you've created, but builds a lot of value and helps somebody overcome their problem right now. And within that post, there will be no promotion, no CTA. You're not looking to monitor the CTR or anything from this. You are offering pure value. It's the only way to not get banned in these groups. What will happen when you start to provide pure value in those groups is that people will like and they'll comment and they'll be like, oh my God, amazing. You can incentivize that because the CTA that I sometimes put on is, hey, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And that's really good because it increases the engagement, which the algorithm then pushes it out to more people. But essentially, you're just looking for people who like or comment on the post. Once they've liked and comment, you can then follow up in DMs. So you do the value post, you wait for the engagement. Anybody who engages, likes or comments, you send them a DM. You say, hey, thanks so much for engaging with the post that I did on that thing there. If you've got any questions, let me know, or I've got a couple of bits that might help you do this yourself. And then it's a natural conversation and you segue from that DM into a sale if you can. Not all of them will turn into sales, but because you've provided value up front, you're then talking to them in real time. The risk for them, or the perceived risk of buying from you, even if it's a simple dollar, is much, much less. And that's how you can bring more buyers into your business every single day and filter for the time wasters, right? Get rid of them time wasters, focus on real buyers. What you'll find is that people who spend even a single dollar are between 12 and 56 times more likely to buy again, which is where you make them big profits, okay? Don't listen to these guys who tell you that a $7 PDF is the only way to make money online. That's the filter. Don't listen to the guys who say all that you need is a 5K AI automation offer. Nobody's going to take that risk on you. What you need to do is you need to come in with the low ticket thing that gets people in, the $1 product, the $7 PDF, have the right system in place to increase the average order value, and then sell them the high ticket offer. The best thing about this is if you've been in business or you've been helping people for any length of time, you've probably got all of the assets that you need to build this kind of $1 product strategy in your Google Documents right now. You could probably go to your Google Drive and you'll have templates, systems, feedback, all of this stuff that you could just reposition into a paid offer. If it helps somebody overcome a small, painful, immediate problem, you could sell it to them, right? And that's the basis of this system. If you don't have that, but you have the knowledge to help somebody overcome the problem, use AI to quickly create a product that will help them implement your knowledge and your solution in the next day or two. People don't really care how you deliver the results. What they care about is whether or not you can deliver the results. So if it's AI generated or not, as long as you've got the ability and the knowledge to help them overcome it, sell that to them, right? Now, if you want help building this kind of a $1 product system that filters the serious buyers and gets rid of the freebie seekers, I've put all of the templates, all of the systems and everything that I've got together in a simple course that you can go through in a couple of hours to build this in your business and start attracting serious buyers every single day. You get all of the funnel templates, offer creation worksheets, community post frameworks. There's a couple of workshops that are included, copy templates, all of this kind of stuff, right? And you can join that for $27. There'll be a link in the description below this video. You can follow that and you can have this kind of system set up ASAP. And you can see here, this is the kind of results that people have been getting with this. First week, $1,700, $1,000 a day, one email sent, first sale made. The front end has made $9,000 net in a month. A positive return on ad spend, 20% bump in revenue, $200 a day. All of this and more just from selling $1 products that filters for the serious people. And then you can more easily sell them your high ticket offer. That's what this is all about. If you want to make quick money, don't think that all that you need is the high ticket offer. Hard to sell quick. A lot of resistance out there right now. You're not going to make a load of money selling only low ticket. You need to link the two together. This is the system that will help you do that. So if you want to make money fast, you need to focus on the right people. Those who can spend, those with painful problems, those willing to spend right now with low friction offers. Those people are then primed to spend big money with you in 7 to 30 days. $1 products are not about revenue, they're about leverage. And done right, they become the system to qualify buyers and fill your calendar with serious prospects. Start with the high ticket offer, work back to find the thing that's going to bring people in that want to buy the high ticket offer. Solve real problems, keep it simple. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below.